That Eastern Federation ship is a doozy. Huge! And unlike the GSA arcs, they're not pretending to have sections that rotate to simulate gravity. Hey, Commander Fennec here. And in the midst of a crazy sci-fi adventure, we get a very interesting discussion of who really are the bad guys.
It all depends on your point of view.
We followed this ragtag crew of ours from the moment they woke up after an attack on their ship which killed all their senior officers, up to now. We've only ever heard one point of view of the universe the writers painted for us. And this episode made everything a lot messier.
There were a lot of hints beforehand though. Conducting clone experiments to turn people into organ donors against their will wasn't exactly what good guys do.
Or when they sent a pilot to their death without telling them it was a suicide mission. Yep, that was all pretty questionable. And now, we learn that the mission Bryce failed at when he was tasked with defending the lunar colony would have led to the deaths of 6 billion people had he succeeded. Reminds me of that sketch by Mitchell and Webb.
Hans, are we the baddies?
Or you can justify anything from a certain point of view.
So the people we saw as the bad guys turned out to be just trying to survive, just like our supposed heroes Syed did, and both did very questionable things as a result.
It's not all good though, like how fast was Trust able to create a powerful EMP that was designed to only target the EF's weapons? And how quickly did initially fraught negotiations become positive?
In a way, I saw this very much as inspired by Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. A reluctant meeting, a chance for peace, only for your aid to turn it all around.
Inspiring yourself from one of the best Star Trek movies can't be a bad thing.
And for a while, we're not sure how it's going to turn out. I mean, we know our crew will make it, of course.
The show's called The Ark, after all, not that great big EF ship armed to the teeth.
Well, that would have been quite a mouthful.
And didn't I tell you Eva would be redeemed in this episode? She didn't do anything major, but it seems when humanity is facing extinction, old animosities should be left by the wayside.
But that's the noble stand Garnet and the EF captain chose to take.
Meanwhile, Kelly's just not dying heroically yet, is she, McCluck? Give her time.
That little beeper was quite weird, with Angus seeing Kellys everywhere. But it was the most obvious part of the story, and it made me wonder why Dr. Marsh didn't think of it earlier. After all, he knew all about Kelly's enhancements and her nanites.
Which made me wonder if he really did all he could to save the EF captain without needing such a huge sacrifice. Well, Dr. Kabir said he did everything he could. She did. She's also biased, mind, since she fancies him.
Be that as it may, it led to a very interesting twist to the story, and for the entire show going forward, in fact. Oh, poor Sharon.
Yeah, she doesn't get a break, poor girl.
And I must say, the arc did something the writers of Star Trek The Next Generation had chickened out decades ago. You mean when they found a transporter duplicate of Riker in the episode Second Chances? Yeah. At one point, they had discussed radically changing the show after that episode by having our Riker die and the new, less experienced one joining the crew, but no longer as number one.
It only took 30 years for some writers to have the guts to do something like that.
So yes, a very interesting episode, maybe even one of the best of the entire show. It shows us the writers are not afraid to experiment and make changes to the whole structure of their universe, which makes sense within the confines of what they've already laid out in front of us.
Even if they get inspired by other shows and films when doing so. Who doesn't get inspired by other works, McCluck?
You think it'll be good enough to get the network to renew the show for a third season? Nothing's yet been confirmed, so as of right now, there may only be 3 episodes left.
Let's hope they're as good as this one.